What's up, guys? This is Big Dru, and this is Titan Lifestyle Friday. Once again, I'm back. Can't believe it's been a week already. We're getting ready to get going, so I'm gonna give some shout outs, let these people get on. But this is Titan Lifestyle. I do this every week. I talk about therapy of the week. I usually pick out a couple topics to talk about. It could be health, fitness related, or it could just be, drama, entertainment, gossip. And then I also am going to get a Q&A, my favorite part, so get your questions ready. And then we're going to get into some Titan events at the very end, let you guys know Titan events that just happened and future ones coming up that I'm actually very excited about. But let's first give these shout outs. Shout out to Green-Eyed Ken. Shout out to Boss Millionaire. Shout out to Tom Dollarhide. I'm going to give some shout outs as the people are coming on as well. But yeah, get those questions ready. And also, when you guys tune in, when you're asking questions, or if you're on the live, let me know what city, state, or country you're tuning in from. And also, if you're with the country, put your flag up. I always like to give people shout outs and other flags, other countries. I'm pretty good with flags, but every once in a while I get stumped. So, but I always think it's cool, different flags from different countries. And we do service all 50 states in the U.S. We don't currently have anything international, but if you have an address here in the U.S. And you need something shipped to you, we could ship to that address. That's 100% legal. We could do that. So you guys can find a way to get your Titan therapies regardless. What Titan therapies are good? Every single day, you guys know I wear Titan every day. Die hard Titan every day for probably over 1,000 days, maybe even 2,000 days. But people always ask me, what do I take Titan? How do I stay lean year round? How do I maintain my size and all this stuff? And I basically just let them know what I'm doing then. A lot of times people ask, how does someone obtain a physique? And what happens is they'll tell people stuff that they did to get the physique, but they're not telling people what they're doing to maintain the physique. So what I did to get my physique is not necessarily what I'm doing to maintain my physique. What I mean by that, back in the day, 10 years ago or even longer, I was slamming fast food every day. I was just doing whatever I can to get calories. Now I do it a little bit cleaner. But yeah, right now, what am I doing Titan-wise? I am doing HRT. I love my Titan Complete. Titan Complete's basically it's like a one-a-day multivitamin with aminos in it. So if anybody out there, guys or girls, are taking one-a-day vitamins, looking to go the injectable route, that's what I take. I take that every day, just 1 ml a day. I get 3 10 ml bottles a month, so that's 30 days in a month, so I just take 1 a day. I don't save that and double up, and I'll get into what I mean by that. I just take it as directed, 1 a day. I take my injections in the morning. It's just easier for me like that. I always recommend people to do it in the morning, unless it's something that's going to help you sleep. We do have stuff to help you sleep as well. But always take your injections in the morning. It's a lot easier. You wake up, you just take them, you get them over with. But I do 1 ml of Titan Complete. Hercules Potion, that's my go-to. That's something I've always taken with Titan from day one till now. And again, I don't take that every day. Hercules Potion is another amino blend, citrulline, arginine, leucine, a slew of aminos, basically like a BCAAs, but it's injectable form and it goes directly into the muscle. So I would spot inject my biceps from training biceps. That I don't take necessarily one every day. That, again, it comes in a 30 ml big bottle, 30 days in a month. So I don't necessarily use that every day. I use it on days I need it. I use it on back day. I use it on arm day. I like to swell up my arms. So that helps a lot with that too. When you get your Hercules Potion, people are always asking what's the best way to take it. I would say use it. When, not necessarily when you need it, but if you want to volumize the muscle. In other words, if you're putting it into your bicep, if you have large biceps, if you have 20-inch arms or bigger, you have large biceps, 1 ml might not be sufficient for the pump that you're trying to find. Now it's systematic, doesn't matter where you put it, it's going to hit your whole body, but that direct muscle that you inject with Hercules Potion, it's unbelievable. It's the stamina, the pump, the endurance. You can keep going on and on. So what I do with my Hercules Potion, I don't necessarily use it every workout. I work out about 4 times a week now as opposed to my old 7 days. So if I'm only working out 4 days a week and I only use it on specific body parts, I may only be using my Hercules Potion once or even twice a week at specific times like now. Now, when in doing that, I have a lot more I could use at that time. So if you guys are getting Hercules Potion, you're getting a 30 ml bottle, like a 30 ml bottle, 30 days in a month, rather than just do one every single day, do it every other day. You have 2 biceps, you have 2 triceps, 2 quads, 2 calves, 2 delts. So rather than just do 1 ml on one side, take a day off, and then the next day you can do bilaterals where you could hit both biceps or both triceps or delts. I've found that if I just do one, it kind of throws me off. And again, some people have weak body parts, or some people have body parts that won't actually signal. And what I mean by signal is certain people, sometimes it's usually triceps. If they're doing a tricep movement, one tricep might get a pump and the other tricep might not get a pump. It's just a signal from the brain to the muscle is not connecting. I found with Hercules Potion that if I spot inject that muscle, I don't know if it's because of the feeling I have in it, but it's kind of signals where I can get that pump. I actually had a client competing in Tampa Pro a few weeks back, and I actually had them use it in their lats because they couldn't get their lats to flare on stage. It just wasn't there. It's kind of like if you poke a muscle, it makes it, if you poke your abs, you naturally tighten them up. So what I did is I put the Hercules Potion in her lats, and it actually worked. It actually, as soon as I put it in there, she's like, "Well, so it caused that signal where now she could flex them and they could get a pump." So that's one thing that I've never heard about people talk about with Hercules Potion. If you're having a hard time getting a pump, not because you're not exercising or doing the movement correctly, just because it won't signal there. You're not getting the mind-muscle connection. Sometimes by pushing the muscle, if you're training somebody, by tapping the muscle, it actually signals. You see people when they're working out, the trainers will be touching, they're making sure the muscle is signaling. Sometimes if you tap someone's muscle, it'll actually signal where they'll flex it. So do that with the Hercules. I do it in my left tricep. My left tricep just doesn't fire away like my right one does. So the only day where I'll actually use it only on one side will be that day. But for the most part, I like to save up, use it when I need it. Olympia's coming up. I want to look full. I want to have a pump at the booth. So I'm sure me, John, Waddy, Rodney, we're all going to be Hercules'd up, ready to go. Keep us going throughout the day. It's not just used. You don't just have to use it if you're actually training. You can use it cosmetically too. If you just want to go to the beach and look good one day, take some Hercules, have a meal, do some push-ups. It's all you need, and you're pumped all day long. So, yeah. Hercules Potion, that would be the second thing. I told you guys last week I'm going to give you a breakdown of what I'm using. So Titan Complete, Hercules Potion, always HRT. Now, next thing, BPC 157. BPC 157, it's an injectable. It's water-based injectable. It's something that you have to constitute. So when I say constitute, what I mean by that is it comes in a powder vial, and then you'll get your water separately. That comes with directions as directed by your medical provider. You would just mix that together, and then now you have BPC 157. You store it in the fridge. And one thing with peptides or anything that you constitute, you never want to shake it. You just let it sit, let it dissolve, let it work. So BPC 157, I use that in my elbows and in my knees. You spot inject. It's not intramuscular, so you would just get closest to the pain. So in other words, if my say if my elbow's hurting, I won't necessarily go into the elbow, obviously, not the bone, not the tendon, not the muscle. Someplace closest to the elbow, I would sub-Q it, where I'll just go just underneath the skin, just a little bit to get in there, and I would just inject. And what that does is, rather than masking the pain like, some painkillers, it's actually going to fix the problem. It's going to repair the connective tissue, the cartilage, the ligaments, the tendons, so that way it's going to fix the problem. So people that use it correctly for long enough, they don't have to continue taking it because the problem is fixed. They don't have the pain, and they're not spending money on something that is just numbing the pain but not fixing the problem. So I use BPC 157. It's good for your joint healing. It also helps with acid reflux, GERD, sunburn, and any type of cosmetic injuries. I use that. So far I'm using Titan Complete, Hercules Potion, as always, HRT, BPC 157. Now, if you ever want to add something to your BP 157 regimen to actually boost the healing, next thing I take is TB 500. TB 500 is similar to BPC 157. It's an injectable. You would mix it up or constitute it the same way. It's stored in the fridge the same way. And you could actually inject in the same syringe as your BPC. So say if this is different for everyone, go off of your medical provider, but say your BPC says inject 0.2 ml a day. You could do 0.2 into the syringe, and then you could also put another, whatever your TB 500 dosage is, into that same syringe. So that way you don't have to inject twice. It's always good, less injections or less penetrating your skin, the better. So that's the way I would do it. And again, if you're even taking, say, CJC 1295 or something like that, you could even put that on top of that. So peptides or anything injectable or anything that's for healing, always ask your medical provider, say, hey, can I take this combined with this? And if you can, ask if you can combine in the same syringe, because it makes no sense being a pin cushion and doing like one shot of BPC 157, one shot of CJC, one shot of TB 500. It's just, it'd rather do it all in one. So shout out to Mike Mogul, just joined Live 21 in the building. I see you, Mike. I'll probably see you this weekend. But yeah, so BPC 157, TB 500, Hercules Potion, and Titan Complete. That's what I'm doing so far. Now, in terms of what I take for general health, not so much, muscle building or recovery, I take glutathione. Now, what is glutathione? Glutathione is one of the most powerful antioxidants you could take. It's an injectable. It is not the glutathione that you would find if you Google search or if you check on online services where they send you a bottle of glutathione. It's not oral. This is liquid. This is injectable. This is pharmaceutical grade. Again, if you're a heavy drinker, if you have a really bad diet, if you're taking any type of pills, it doesn't necessarily have to be, performance enhancing pills. It could just be a slew of pills. If you're taking a lot of Tylenol, if you're taking a lot of vitamins, if you're taking orally, I mean. So anything you take orally is going to tax your digestive system, your liver, your kidneys, all that. Glutathione is going to actually help with that. So if you've had bodybuilders, if you just finished your prep and you were taking a whole bunch of vitamins or performance enhancing, which I don't recommend, but if you did, and now you want to get healthy, glutathione. It'll show on your blood work. It'll bring up your everything. It'll bring stuff up and it'll bring it up fast. There's nothing that compares to glutathione. There's not a fruit. There's not a plant. There's nothing you could take that's as strong. And again, it has to be through a medical provider, a doctor prescribed, real glutathione. It doesn't come in capsules or gummies or anything that you see online. Just make sure it's real. So, and one other thing with glutathione, yes, it helps if you've damaged your system or have kidney or anything like that. It's a strong antioxidant, so it's going to fight off things like that. But one thing with glutathione that it actually does is it keeps you, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, like keeps your body in an antioxidant state. So if you're taking glutathione, you take it one a day. You could take it every day. Now, if you are going to get sick, this is when I blast glutathione. What I do is I literally blast it. If I'm about to go out of town, if I feel, what's the word I'm looking for? If I feel like I'm getting sick, you ever feel like you feel it coming, you get the little itch in your throat, or your nose get tingly, you start sneezing. If you feel it coming, what I do is I start blasting the glutathione. That's what I do. That's not what's recommended on the bottle, but that's what I do. I blast it. I may take 3, 4, 5, 6 mLs all at once to get that super boost antioxidant effect to basically knock out any type of illness or sickness before it comes. So that's another way I use it. And again, that's something you could take every day. I get 30 mLs a month, so I take one a day, and it just keeps me healthy all around. Sometimes I won't take it for a week or so, and then what happens is now I have 7 or even 14, if it's 2 weeks, mLs left over. So then, if I do feel myself getting sick or if I feel it coming on, I'll blast the glutathione and knock it out before it even gets there. I started doing that back when COVID was around. And I was, everyone's paranoid about getting sick and paranoid this and that. I was literally just blasting glutathione. I would go out in public if I had to talk to people or if I felt like a whole bunch of people with masks or coughing or this and that. It was germs everywhere. I was blasting glutathione like all the time, just making sure. And the stuff actually worked. I actually felt sickish, like I was getting, I'm not necessarily it was COVID, but like a year or so ago, I was actually like really, really, really sick. And I think I took, in the course of the week, I took the whole 10 mLs, which is, it's not too much, like 1 or 2 a day. And it knocked it out a lot faster than any type of prescription or antibiotic or anything like that. Actually, glutathione, when I blasted it, actually worked faster than the other stuff. And it wasn't a pill, so I don't have to worry about fillers. I don't have to worry about extra stuff in my stomach. I don't have to worry about, is it going to digest properly? So injectables, definitely the way to go. But that's what I'm using. That's what I'm using so far right now. Actually, last thing, Herms. It's ECA stack. ECA is ephedra, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and choline. The original ECAs, I believe they were like white and red. Those are the standard ones that a lot of people take. I'm on the highest dosage that you can take. It's Herms. It's like, it's just one of the names that we give it. Here, HERMES. Hermes, I think, is how it's pronounced. But yeah, that is 300 milligrams as opposed to the normal 200 that we have. 300 milligrams of caffeine, ephedrine, aspirin, B12, and choline. So that is the highest step up. I don't recommend that dosage if you're sensitive to caffeine because it is 300. Normal ECA capsules are 200. That may even be too high for some people. And again, if you want to customize it like completely, if you want to customize it completely, then you could just call the office and when you order and just say, I want the ECA without the caffeine. So it basically like be an EA, ephedra, aspirin, B12, and choline. But again, we can do stuff separately for you guys. You just have to ask. Some stuff we can do it like that. Some stuff we can customize it. Some stuff we can't. If you're allergic to aspirin, we may be able to take that part out of it too. So that's what I'm taking right now. Those are all my Titan therapies. I take those ones that I take every day. Obviously, other ones I use sparingly if need be. If I had to pick my top ever Titan therapies ever, ooh, that's a tough one. See, I always say HRT, but that's kind of like, as a man, if your T low is what you're supposed to do. So that's included with everything. Specific stuff that Titan has. MK677 is a good one. It's going to make you eat like crazy. The recovery is real good. I noticed a little lubrication in my joints, so I actually felt good on it. It kind of like gets the kinks out. You'll uncontrollably eat, though. You just have to make sure your diet is on point because you will get fat, so to speak, if you're eating those calories and things aren't running properly. So yeah, MK677 will probably be one of my all-time favorites here at Titan. Next one up will probably be Hercules Potion. So between MK and Hercules Potion, those two are the ones that I like the most. And anybody could use those, male or female. MK, you want to be a little careful with females, but Hercules, definitely. Anybody, male or female, can use Hercules. Ladies, if you love your glutes and you want them to be fuller or rounder or appear to have larger, you could actually put Hercules Potion into the glute muscle. You could maybe do 3 on each side. What that's going to do, it's not an side enhancement. It's not an oil. It's not going to give it a lumpy effect. It's just basically just going to give it like a big glute, big booty pump. It's kind of like a guy, if he does a whole bunch of curls, his arms stay pumped up. You put that Hercules Potion in your glutes, ladies, your glutes are going to stay pumped up. So if you're going to the beach, if you have a photo shoot, if you've got something going on, or you just want to have your glutes looking like they're pumped up, take some Hercules. No need for those Lulu leggings. No need for Lululemon leggings to get a pump when you got that Hercules. It's just how it is, That stuff really, really works. But yeah, let's see who's on live right now. I wanted to give you guys a breakdown of what I do at Titan, what I'm currently doing. No MK for me right now, just those current stuff. I'll probably start my MK A little bit deeper into the fall or winter. I haven't used retatrutide yet. That's one of the main ones I look forward to using. Not so much off season. It's not like I'm, competing, but I like to call it an off season because even though I'm not on stage, I treat my body the same way. I diet the same way. I train the same way. But yeah, the Olympia. Titan events coming up, the Olympia, October 9th through 12th. We will be in Vegas for the Olympia. I'm very excited about this. It's back in Vegas. The venue is insane. The actual expo where Titan will be, where the Titan booth will be, is going to be at the Las Vegas Convention Center. So when you're looking up Olympia, you're looking up tickets and packages and hotels and all that stuff. Make sure you're looking, if you want to go to the expo where we're going to be at and all the vendors and that's where all the fun's at. It's going to be at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Let's see who's qualified. Perfect timing. Perfect time. My camera guy got this perfect timing right now. Who's qualified for Mr. Olympia? Open class, open men's bodybuilding. We got Brett Wilkins. We got Samson Dowder from the UK. Hadi Chupin, Derek Lunsford, Rafael Brandero, Martin Fitzwater, Keem Williams, Brandon Curry, William Bonnick, Vitaly Ugonikov, excuse the name, Andrew Jacked. I was with him yesterday. He is looking insane. I mean, not to... I'm generally a big guy if I go places. I'm usually the bigger guy there or whatever. I went and saw Andrew Yack yesterday. He made me feel like a little boy. He was... and the thing that's different is I'm always around bodybuilders all the time. I mean, the gym I go to, shout out to MI40, top bodybuilders in the world, you'll just see over there. You'll see Andrew, you'll see Derek, you'll see insane top level, just over there, just working out like a regular person. But one thing about Andrew I like is he's got a physique that I would like. We have similar height, similar weight. So we're like, similar height, similar weight. So that's good. Usually I'm comparing myself to guys that are like 5'6", 5'7". So it's like, yeah, they're wide, but it's hard to really like look at them and say, I want to look like that. But yeah, Andrew Jack all the way from Dubai. He's going to be there. Nick Walker, shout out to Nick. Nick's looking crazy too. And speaking of retatrutide, Nick Walker, if you guys want to watch some good videos on retatrutide, Nick Walker broke that down beautifully. And one thing people are asking, if you guys notice, he's looking a lot different. Like he's like even more bigger, even more big. He's a lot more big and he's even drier. Like he has a different look. And if you watch the videos where he's talking about retatrutide, also known as Reta, he's saying that pretty much that's the only thing that him and his coach changed. So that's a good thing that's how you could really see your body changing if you change one thing, whether it's food, Titan therapies, or anything. If you just change one thing and you notice a difference, then the chances are, most likely it was that one thing. So Nick Walker, shout out to him from the USA. Regan Grimes, Canada. Tonio Burton. Sasan Harati from the United Kingdom. Bahruz, sorry with these names. Tabani from Iran. Qinglong Shen from China. I believe that's the guy I saw at Tampa Pro. I saw a guy at Tampa Pro, and he was from China that looked insane. He just has a different shape muscle to him. I believe that's him. Rubiel Mascaro from Colombia, Neckzilla. The guy's got a neck the size of like my waist, and he's lean too. He's got the biggest legs ever in bodybuilding history, and he's got the biggest calves ever in bodybuilding history. So Rubiel's gonna be there. That's gonna be nasty. And then Jordan Hutchinson. Shout out to Jordan Hutchinson. He won the Tampa Pro. I was there, I saw him battling with Quentin. It was a great battle. Jordan Hutchinson looks real good. I wasn't really too familiar with who he was. But now I've been watching his videos. I like what he's doing. I like his content. I like his mindset. So it's kind of like, I think this guy's going to do good at this sport. He's winning shows. Whatever him and his coach formula they came up with is working because he's peaking at the right time. His tan looks good. He's dry. He's filling out. So shout out to Jordan Hutchinson. Congrats on the Tampa Pro. Congrats on the Texas Pro. He's winning everything right now. And last, Dorian Haywood from the USA. So the Mr. Olympia open class is stacked. I'm not going to get into all the females. What I'll do next week we'll get into the females. So I'll do all the females. This week was all the males. Excuse me, ladies. I know it's supposed to be ladies first. but I'll get to you guys next week. But that's the Olympia, October 9th to the 12th. Again, it's in Vegas at the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's going to be a blast. It's like a 3-day event, so we'll be at the booth. The booth's insane. Crazy booth setup, elevated stage, plenty of guests are going to be there. You know, obviously I'll be there, Rodney will be there, Waddy will be there, John, Sharice, you know, the typical Titan crew will be there, but then we got Michael Hearn, the Titan himself is going to be there, and a bunch of special guests. Like this year, I got a feeling this year that Titan booth is going to be nasty. It's going to be where other people are going to be hanging out at. It's just going to be a vibe over there. So again, October 9th to 12th in Vegas. After that, the week after that, exactly 1 week after, I will be out in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is the neighboring city of Tampa, not too far from here, about 20, 25 minutes from where I'm at right now. That's at the Coliseum, Hurricane Pro, Tim Gardner's show. Shout out to Tim. You did a great job at Tampa Pro like you do every year. Tim Gardner is a great promoter, one, if not the best promoter that I know. Him and, you know, a couple other local guys here in the Florida area do a great job. That's going to be at the Coliseum. The Coliseum is old school. I love the venue. It's probably my favorite venue. Like I always tell people, it's my favorite venue. But yeah, it's going to be good too. And that is pretty much it that we have for Titan events. But again, the Olympia and the Hurricane Pro, both Titan booths will be there. So show up, hit the iPad, get some free gear, you know, free Titan apparel. And it's gonna be a good time. Real quick, one of my topics for this week: FDA approves breakthrough eye drops that fix near vision without glasses. Now, when I first read this, I thought it was going to be something that they're talking about trying to do. I thought it was going to be, you know, you know, years from now. But I guess they're doing this now. Some of the articles that you'll read, it'll say that the FDA is like they won't word it correctly. So the reason why I brought this one up is because it's worded correctly. It's basically saying it's helping with near vision. So it's not going to fix your overall vision. Like if you need prescription glasses, you don't just put the drops in there and now you're good. What it does, it's basically doing what reading glasses do. So if you know, a lot of people use reading glasses. People with nearsighted vision, it affects 100 million people in the country. So you got to think that's almost a third of the country it's affecting. So if you have a room of 100 people, you know what I'm saying? You got a good amount of people that do that. So what you do is you basically just drop it into your eye, and it fixes near vision. So if you're nearsighted, farsighted, it's going to fix that blurry spot area when you're looking at stuff. Which is good because a lot of people wear reading glasses. Some people wear reading glasses so much that you think they're prescription glasses. They just have them on. People get comfortable with them. So what happens is you put the drop in your eye and it fixes your blurred vision or nearsighted for 10 hours. So which is pretty much the whole day that you're awake, so to speak. So basically you could wake up in the morning, you know, take some eye drops at, you know, 8 in the morning and you'll be good pretty much till, 6? You know, you'll be good till 6 p.m. So, I mean, you could maybe do it once or twice a day, depending on how much you're up. Now, what's good with this is the fact that it's working. They're doing it already. But what I like about it is the fact that, if they're doing this for nearsighted vision, then I'm assuming that in the future they're going to be able to we're going to be able to have this all over. Like, I mean, I'm thinking that maybe, I don't know the time frame, but in 10 years from now, it could be there's no more glasses, there's no more LASIK eye surgery, there's no more anything. They basically have a problem with your eyes and they put drops in it. Now, I mean, the simple fact that you can take Visine or eye drops to get the redness out of your eyes, I mean, years ago, that was probably looked at as crazy too. Like, oh, wow, you can clear up your eyes with drops. So now it's vision. I know my vision is terrible. I had glasses when I was maybe 14 or 15. One day in school, someone said something about, I think I was 14, yeah. Someone said something about my glasses, so I took them off and broke them because I didn't want to wear them, and I never wore glasses ever again. Like, that's all it took was one. Now, I don't consider it bullying, and that's just kids. I don't believe in all that. It is what it is. But, yeah, someone just made fun of my glasses. I was like, oh, I'm not wearing these, and just snapped them and just, you know, I probably got in trouble for whatever. And I just never got glasses again. So, little craziness about glasses. But, yeah, I'm going to try this. I want to try it. Not so much for the near vision, but I just want to see. I don't know if I really have nearsighted or farsighted. I don't really get that. but I want to just try it just to see, because if it's helping like reading glasses, it probably does help your vision slightly, even though it's not as good as the prescription glasses. I mean, I want to put it in my eyes, look at something, or maybe read some type of font that's hard to read, and then put it in and see if I could do it. So now, in terms of side effects, as always, we don't know yet. It's so new. But we'll see what happens with this. We'll see where this goes. Hopefully it's a solution to where people don't have to wear glasses anymore. Or, I mean, if you want to wear glasses, it's fine. Some people look better in glasses to me. Especially if you see someone that's been wearing glasses like your whole life and then now they don't have them. It's like, you put your glasses back. You know how it is. But yeah, anyways, so that's cool. Eye drops to fix your vision. What's next? I don't know. But yeah, I want to try this. If anybody out there has heard of this, tried of this, or heard of anybody trying this, let me know. But chances are, I just want to know. I'm going to try it. The only thing I want to know about is side effects. It's so new that you really don't know. Anytime there's medication or anything that's brand new, it can even be an update with a cell phone. If it's brand new, it's kind of like you don't know. Let me just let these test dummies and all these people figure it out before I actually try it. But it doesn't look to be too much claim about side effects. Let me see. It may cause side effects like brow heaviness or rare vitreoretinal issues due to the muscle activation. So it's saying it could cause brow heaviness. So basically, like if your eyes feel heavy, I'm assuming that's what it is, brow heaviness. So there is slight side effects so far, but we'll see long term. Everything, I mean, I'm never really concerned too much with immediate side effects because that just means it's happening because you just did it. I'm more concerned with long term. Now, is this something where if you could use 1 drop in your eye is good, but 4 is not good? I don't know. If there's a limit, I don't know if I use 2 drops, the vision actually gets better. I know if you're using like eye drops for your eyes to clear your eyes, 1 drop may not be good enough, but you might need to use 3 or 4 eye drops to get the redness out of your eyes. Now, is this going to be like that? Or, so there's a lot of gray stuff, a lot of areas exactly how this is going to pan out. But I think it's cool, and I'm definitely going to try it. I'll let you guys know if I try it. I actually might even see if I could find a way to try it online, like here, live for you guys. Like, do it on the live, put the eye drop and be like, or what I'll do is I could put eye drop in one eye and not the other eye and kind of like do it that way to see, just to get an idea, see how it's going to work. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me just make sure I don't give all these shout outs to my live on my screen. People on my screen too, on the my Instagram. You can watch the main show on Titan Medical's Facebook and Titan Medical's Instagram as well. The one on my phone is it's and also YouTube as well. You can watch, when you watch it from YouTube or watch it from Titan Medical's platforms, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, you're going to see a backdrop behind me. You're going to see, actually, you know what? I can show you guys right now. You guys see that right there? You're going to see all that. This is what I'm looking at. I've never done this. This is what I'm looking at. Now, when he pulls different screens up on here, you're going to see everything. So, yeah, that's another way you could do it as well. And now I messed up my phone, but it's all good. But yeah, the YouTube, make sure you guys hit the YouTube so you're notified of videos just like this. I'll be here every week. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, the podcast as well. So if you guys get tired of looking at my face and just want to listen to what I have to say, you could always listen to the podcast. I've done probably 300 episodes. I do them once a week, so you could do the math on that. So I pretty much talked about everything, every therapy, every event Titan has. So you could always go back to that podcast app on your phone and just put Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru, and you could scroll, you could see all the topics, you can go back, you can see what I talked about rather than just Google searching and hearing it from somebody else. So that's pretty much it this week for Titan Lifestyle. I'll be back next week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get your questions ready. Let's go. This is Big Dru for Titan Medical.